today as a product of Dr. King's civil rights movement in the trenches of the battleground state of Ohio, city of Cincinnati, and the blood of civil rights activists Dr. Stephen Reece Sr. and the late Barbara Reece, who marched for me 50 years ago. A champion for voting rights. We're going to bring you people that know about this. We're going to bring you people that know about what's going on in the tech.
Soul into this whole tech thing that's going on.
She's a fighter for the people.
Welcome, Reverend Al Sharpton, to the show.
Congratulations on your show.
She's authentic.
We're bringing Joe Madison, known as the Black Eagle.
Congratulations on having the show. Nothing is more important than the local programs that engage our communities.
She's a proud HBCU grad. It's time for Alicia Reece's Soul Food, Food for the Soul, on Cincinnati's 24-hour urban gospel connection, Inspiration 1050 AM and 103.1 FM, WGRI.
All right, everybody. Hello, everyone. It's Super Bowl weekend. That's right. It's Super Bowl weekend. And let me make sure that my camera is, let's make sure the camera's cleared up. All right, everybody. It's Super Bowl weekend. And yeah, none of my teams are in the Super Bowl. So, who wins? I don't know. Don't really care. But I'm sure some of you got some people that you want to win the Super Bowl. And so we're hoping we've got some, we're hoping that you have a hot sauce flashback, one of our new additions that we're adding to the show, a interview with the one and only Ickey Woods. So we're hoping to have that. I'm getting a little bit of feedback on this microphone, but hopefully it's okay coming across the radio and across our Facebook page. But it has a little bit of, it's not an echo, but it's just not as clear. But maybe that's something different. All right. Well, listen, we got a lot to talk about. Like I said, we got Super Bowl weekend. We're going to change our headsets here and see if that works for us. And let's see if we can get our screen. We're going to wipe the screen off a little bit more. And yeah, we'll be ready to go, y'all. I got a lot to talk about. A lot's going on. And we just came out of a snow. We came out of a snow day. Oh, yeah, that sounds better. We just came out of a snow day, a snowstorm, not just snow day, snowstorm, the ice and all that was going on. And I hope you guys were able to be safe, okay? Hope everybody was safe. I told you, it was tough. I mean, it was a big, everybody's running to Kroger's and everybody. Let me make sure our headsets are right. So I'm looking at myself on here. We're going to fix my headsets. So we got to fix the hat first because I took my headsets off. Now I put my headsets on. There we go. Okay, y'all, we're ready. We're ready. Boy, if y'all only knew, I tell you, the devil is a liar. He has been so busy. I mean, gosh, I had a brand new furnace put in and it got cold all of a sudden, right, with the snowstorm. And then they were there to tell me that the furnace can only go up to 74 degrees. I've never heard that in my life. Now you can't reach them. Now you can't get in touch with them. It's been a nightmare. And I do thank God for letting me get through this very, very cold season. I was able to survive it. It was a song, I Will Survive. I did survive it. But, we still got to solve the problem. So you got that going on, right? Then Alicia Reece Soul Food. They try to take our page. We're coming with something new, y'all. They took our page, Alicia Reece Soul Food. That's why I told y'all to follow us on all our pages. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us everywhere and share because somehow we're under attack. Somehow we're under attack. They're trying to cut off the message. They're not doing it to these, all these other streamers. They're not hacking them. They're hacking us. Why would they keep hacking Alicia Reece Soul Food? unless we have some hot sauce they don't want people to know about, right? So follow us and share. But they've taken Alicia Reece Soul Food. Right now, we're going to come with a new page. We told you in February we're coming with a whole new and improved Alicia Reece Soul Food. And our goal is 3 things. The goals haven't changed. 3 things: information, inspiration, and resources. If we give you all 3, you got the buffet. If you get one of them, we've done our job. We've done our job. So we're coming with the new thing, and I want to thank our team, my show team, Aziza, Nubia, thank you so much. Christian, thank you. We're coming with some new stuff, y'all. But we're under attack. I just told them, I said, now how every time I show up for my show, I'm under attack. They're trying to take my page. They took my first county commission page. So I need y'all to like the new one. And it's Hamilton County Commissioner Alicia Reece. The other one was Alicia Reece for County Commission. They took that page, tried to take over, replace it with some scantily looking dressed people that we don't even know. Tried to post some things that lie about me. We're under attack. And a lot of times it's right up under your nose. I don't know where it's coming from and who it is. God knows who it is. And we're looking for cybersecurity. We need cybersecurity. They're not trying to take the Breakfast Club page. They're not out here taking these other people's page. Kai Sanat's page is doing okay. They ain't taking our show Speed's page. They coming after Alicia Reece Soul Food. It's amazing. So it tells you they're trying to silence. And there's a lot of movement, not just on the radio, not just on, and shout out to everybody listen to us on the radio, 103.1 FM, 1050 AM. We've been doing this for 9 years with Alicia Reece Soul Food, 30 years in radio. We're celebrating 30 years, and this year we will be celebrating 30 years in broadcasting that I've been doing this. Not just this show. I started in college. So we're going to celebrate 30 years in broadcasting. We're going to do it this year. So we'll get you the date on that. But there's a movement to silence our voice, whether it's in the political arena, whether it's in the radio and communications, or whether it's in social media. There's a movement to silence. Even when we talk about the races and who's going to win this and that, it's a movement not on, it's a movement to silence because I'm educating you all of what's really going on. What's really going on. And no matter what, I'm still going to do it. Because I've been endorsed by the people of Hamilton County. So we're going to keep educating you. When we ran, we said we'd run it on 3 things when we ran. We said we're going to shake it up. We're going to open up the process. And we're going to educate you what county government does. And we knew that we would not be popular with the status quo. We knew that we would not be popular. We were not selected. We were not recruited. We were not like Frankenstein. They didn't go in and make an Alicia Reece. God made Alicia Reece. So because you can't control what you didn't create, then there's always a plot, a plan, and an attack. And so right now, they don't want you to know the information. But we're going to do our best to give you the information. And so that you can be empowered. And that doesn't mean I'm on every issue and I'm only one person. So it doesn't mean I'm on everything and I'm the only person who can do anything. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we were sent on an assignment and we're going to do the assignment. I'm not crazy. I know I was sent. I know the things that we've been able to do, we couldn't do unless God allowed it to happen. But we got a lot done. So when people say, man, Alicia Reece, you're a fighter, I am a fighter for the people, but I've gotten results. It ain't just been shadow boxing. We have been fighting for the people, and we have gotten results. Whether it's the results that the people know what's going on, whether it's results we got something done. And so I encourage you, we have put out our report to the people, and I encourage you to get a copy of our snapshot of the report to the people. And on that, we've got a number of things. I know that's one of the back pages of it, but we got a couple pages. We got a front and a back. And so I don't know if we have the front page, but this is the back page. You could get both. We've done a number of things. We got a 513 relief bus, and we've helped over 50,000 people. Free medical. Saved hundreds of thousands of dollars because we don't charge a copay. We've saved lives. When people say, have you done anything with rental assistance? Yes, we did when we had the money. We did 100 million, more than any government entity that I've ever heard of in this county. $100 million and kept people in their houses. We also, with the bus, we took this bus, it was one of a kind, to the communities. 200 stops throughout Hamilton County. Now, what makes up Hamilton County? I'm going to remind everybody, because we got to teach. We just can't preach. We got to teach. That's what they say at church. I got to teach, not just preach. And I'm more than a speech. I'm going to teach. In Hamilton County, there's 49 municipalities, really 48 and a half, because Loveland, half of it's in Hamilton County. The other half is not. We've got cities, not just Cincinnati. That's the biggest one. But we've got city of Forest Park. We got city of Norwood. We've got cities. And we've got townships. Springfield Township, Anderson Township, and all more. I'm just giving y'all a few. You got the city of Wyoming. We're not just one neighborhood. Now, in cities, there's a thing called neighborhoods. And the neighborhoods make up the cities. Okay, so that's how we got it. We got villages. Lincoln Heights is a village. Villages. And they are part of it. So we got cities, villages, and townships that make up the county. So we've gone to 200 locations with this bus, over 200. We were out in Harrison. We helped people in Harrison keep their water on, just like we help people throughout Hamilton County, including Cincinnati and others, to keep their water on when we had the money, the ARPA money. A lot of people sent the ARPA money back to Washington. We did not. The 513 relief bus has helped. It's a mobile, innovative mobile bus on wheels, taking the county services directly to the people. I saw personally somebody was getting ready to commit suicide. We were in Colerain, on Colerain and Colerain Township. Now, Colerain has a Colerain street. Some of it's in the city and some of it's in the township. But in Colerain Township, near Northgate Mall, somebody said it's over. I'm risking it all. They cleared the bus, put them on the bus, got our people with them, and they came out and helped them. And they stayed alive. I've seen with my own eyes with the bus. The lady said, I got breast cancer. She came back to the bus and said, I want to thank y'all because I had breast cancer. I never missed. I always pay my own bills. I never asked the government for any help in my life. But I didn't want my children. I didn't want to lose my house. I didn't want my children to go down. And you guys had a gap filling. That's when we had the money. a gap filler. I came to this bus. You treated me with dignity, and I'm back to tell you thank you. And I said, we're going to pray for you for your cancer. He said, let me tell you, they got it. They got it out and high-fived me and thanked us for helping. So this bus, the stories go on and on. I don't think we've done enough to talk about what this bus and who we've had. I got people stopping me. We were getting out SNAP benefits, helping when the SNAP benefits got cut. The bus got out there, and we partnered with churches. And I was able to get an additional $30,000 to add to these pantries so we can help more people in the churches. These churches were doing the pantries, but they wasn't partnering with us. And we came and helped partner with them to give them more food so we can help more people. And I had to turn that around in 7 days. And we turned it around. But I had somebody come that got some help and said, I want to thank you because you stood up for us and you saved my house. So these are the things that we've been able to do. The 513 Relief Bus. We've got the Office of Youth. We've got small business, Office of Small Business. We never had those things. Office of Small Business. We have a big small business day that I said we need to do it, came up with it. Thousands of small businesses have come and got help. We got a cancer caucus. I said, we got to stop this cancer. We got to fight. We got to get more money coming down here to help us fight this cancer. It's killing everybody. I don't care who you are. It's an equal opportunity killer. Tell me you look up somebody. I just got cancer. I got cancer. My cousin got cancer. Some funeral because they had cancer. We got to stop. Babies done got the cancer. This senior citizens with the cancer. Somebody that said, dang, they was only 55. They done went down with the cancer. We got to come together and fight this thing. And I'm serious. So I created a cancer caucus. And we do free mammograms, and we're getting ready to do free prostate cancer. We're getting ready to roll that out in March. We got to stop this stuff at no cost. Some people can't get the test because they ain't got no money for the copay. We're going to take the copays off the table, saving hundreds of thousands of dollars for our citizens. So those are the kind of things in the pantry. Oh, man, we went, Mount Healthy, Walker. We got him in Walnut Hills, Bishop Walker. We, Pastor Donald Jones. I mean, we, Pastor Cook at Lincoln Heights Missionary Baptist, Pastor Jones at New Hope. We went to work and more. So we've been getting things done. We also... we have the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame tourism attraction that has a return on investment. Because the investment is very small. We come out, we've had over 350,000 people with we don't even have a brochure. 350,000 people don't come down there. I fought to make sure it's free, because every time they build something, there's always a cost. Can't afford to go. This is absolutely free. Absolutely free. And we're honoring Black artists and musicians from here that have been forgotten, have not got their just due. I want to give a shout out to the Isley brothers, but they just now getting a Hollywood star. It has to pay for it, $75,000 or more. But I want to remind you that we gave them a star at the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame before Hollywood discovered them. We appreciated them with a star. Didn't have to pay for it. And it's down there at the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame, coming from the county that they're from, representing Lincoln Heights. And they're down here. You ain't got to go to Hollywood to find their star. The star is right here in Hamilton County. And then we've got more than just a star. It's a whole interactive park. They're on video. You can go down there right now and see them on video. Go down there now, and you can see them on video and hear them talking about being from Lincoln Heights right here. So those are some of the things. That's not the only things. We got a whole lot And there's some things that we had to stand up for. We're standing up because I know that people are out here suffering. Your property taxes are way too high. And they keep going up. And you can't afford it. And your check is not going up. Went to Kroger's one time. I put some stuff in. I didn't even get no meat yet. And they told me it's $50. I said, dang, I ain't even got a piece of chicken or a chicken bone or nothing. It's $50. I hadn't even gotten to the meat. So inflation, pricing, and affordability is big with me. I want affordable housing, not just for new houses, but I want you to be able to afford the house you already got. I want grandma to be able to hang on the house she got. I want to price grandma out the community, out of the county, and then jump up and say, I'm for affordable housing. We put $60 million in affordable housing. The largest in the history of any government entity in Hamilton County. No other government entity put up $60 million. We did. But in the $60 million, I told them I want some money to go toward helping people keep the house they got toward property tax. So we put a couple million toward that. I had to fight to get that originally. Oh, when I got there to administrate, we can't do that. I got to research it. But we ended up doing it when we had the American Rescue money. But I continuously fight against these high property taxes. Because I'm hearing from y'all. Black, white, young, old. I hear from everybody. This is too high. My check ain't going up, but the Duke energy bill is going up. My check ain't going up, but the prices of groceries is going up. My check ain't going up, but the water bill is going up. My check ain't going up, but fixing things around the house and got to get all this stuff fixed, that's going up. So for me, I got to represent you. And we came back at a time when we had a Bengals deal, and I'll go into that totally later because it's Super Bowl weekend, and I'll let you know. But the behind the scenes is they passed a Bengals deal and left out the people, the homeowners. And that's why I couldn't support it. And there's some other things. Y'all can go to my page. If you want a complete breakdown of the Bengals lease, you go to my page. Hamilton County Commissioner Alicia Reece is on there right now. You can watch it after you listen to my show, of course. And I will break it down why we couldn't go with it. The voters voted to get the 30% is what they were told. We never kept the commitment. I was able to get it done twice, but now it can't even be considered. And then on the other end, we tell the homeowners, we got the homeowners, they're telling you they want to go up on your property taxes. Okay? They want to go up on your income tax. That means taking out your check. Your check will be shorter. They want all this, and I want to be clear. I've said this because I'm seeing the trend. The days of having real estate taxes pay for everything is coming to an end. Now, this is not Alicia Reece saying it. This is what the people saying. There's a rubber band that's about to be broken. They claim they got to tax you if you want to be safe, and I thought we paid for that in advance with the regular taxes we pay. They came, so they got to go, they want to go up on income tax. If you live in Cincinnati or work in Cincinnati, your income tax will be higher. That means your check will be shorter. Number two, they want to jobs and family services. We've got an issue right now. We are in a crisis because we are mandated to do things for children's services by the state of Ohio without any money from the state of Ohio. Does that make sense? So they went to the levy. Now, when I got there, they told me that the levy, and I asked them in 2024, December, had $100 million in the reserve. So I started talking. I said, well, we got $100 million. Let's take maybe 20% of that and give it back to the homeowners who are struggling because their property taxes went up. Okay? So then I was told, well, no, we can't do that. And they were trying to show why they couldn't do it. They didn't want to give nothing back to the homeowners. Next thing I know, the next thing that happened to me, next thing I know, that was 2024. So we had $100 million in reserve. Not $100 million in operation, in reserve. By the end of 2025, they tell me we're now 30 million over the 100 million that was in reserve. I said, wait a minute, in 12 months and just in time for the levy to be going to the ballot. I said, people are going to be thinking all of a sudden the levy goes to the ballot and now all of a sudden, where's the $100 million? So the answers, I'm getting different answers, was, well, the consultants didn't factor in this and they didn't factor in that. Then they said, well, Commissioner Reece, they told you in April there was a problem. I said, well, why didn't you solve it why did you get all the way down to $30 million in the hole? And now you want to take it to the taxpayers and you want them to have a huge increase on their property taxes, which is already really high because of the reassessment. And you already admit that the city of Cincinnati is coming with another increase. So shouldn't we take all this into consideration? And I'm for the children. I just said, let's look at a new funding source because this seems like a rubber band is breaking. Eventually, we're going to have to come up with something else. Let's start looking at, can we come up with another funding model? Can we sell some bonds and make money off of it that can help pay for our children's levies like we do with these other projects? They said we got to have a creative financing for the big projects. But when it comes to the people, we can't be creative. I said, maybe we could sell bonds. We got these two big stadiums. Maybe we could have a huge event every year where all the proceeds goes to helping children. And I'm not saying that's the only thing. Maybe we can, I even asked, we're doing an auction. Can we put all that money that we make from the auction? We never be told how much we made. All we talk about is we sold some TVs. How much money did we get? Taylor Swift concert. Great. How much money did we get? We had 2 high schools play football down there. Wonderful. How much money was on the hot dogs? How much money was on the beer? How much money was on the popcorn? Where is the money? We need to be all hands on deck. We can have on people's taxes if you want to opt in. Some people want to pay more. Maybe they want to pay more to help the children. But we got to get creative. And they said the reason the money was spent is because the people were replacing them, not the local people, I guess the national ones, they said, raising prices, and they're the only game in town that can take, it has the certain treatments, and so therefore we're paying the highest price because they can name any price and we got to go with it. I said, well, we need to get the attorney general involved. That's called price gouging on the backs of our children. But nobody wants to step up. I asked the administrator, he don't want to write a letter to get the attorney general involved. He don't want to try to get the prosecutor involved. He don't want to stop these people from these high prices. Nobody wants to make a move. All they want to do is say, Reece, we got to put it on the backs of the homeowners. Should we do it? We want to do it in May. I said, well, why you want to do it in the May primary? Well, we want to do it in the May primary because we want to get our tax increase before the other tax increases hit the people. But the people, whether you hit them May or whatever, it's going to hurt the people. Well, we want to get in we want to sneak it in when there's a low turnout. Everybody knows. One primary, we only had 8% turnout. Another primary, 22% turnout. I said, well, at least put it on there where everybody knows, everybody's transparent, and let the people decide, but at least all the people are voting. Don't sneak it in there when you know it's only 8% of the people voting or it's only 22% of the people voting. Put it out there and the people will decide. But make sure it's a time when all the people are awake, all the people know about the election, all the people know when to go to the ballot. So then we have a clear understanding as if this is what the people really want. So those are my things. I wanted to have those positions because, they'll give you a sound bite. They'll give you a thing. Oh, Alicia Reece, she's not with the kids. No, I've been fighting for children forever. Forever. We out there every day fighting for children that have been thrown away, not given opportunities. We've been fighting for opportunities for kids all the time. They were going to cut youth employment. I said, how you going to cut the jobs for the kids? I'm fighting for that. Because if you keep the kids in something positive, give them an opportunity, let them make some money, now they can break out. I'm for kids with scholarships to go to college so they have opportunities. Go to trade schools so they got opportunities. But then when the kids become adults, I also want their parents. You keep saying we want to help the kids. I got to help the parents be able to keep a roof over their heads. Can't throw the parents out. They lose their house, lose their apartment. So it's a full circle. It's not we're not doing it in silos. We want a full circle, but we need to look at every funding opportunity that's available and come up with a new model. Because the old model, I'm telling you, you just can't keep taxing the people. The rubber band will break at some point. I don't know when, but it will break at some point. So that's very important. And the timing, because the economy is bad. If we have a better timing, maybe what inflation, maybe the reassessment of the property taxes wasn't as high. Maybe people are, jobs, people weren't losing their jobs. They was actually getting jobs. Maybe instead of demotions, people were getting promotions. Maybe that would be a different time. But we got to look at the climate and we've got to have a holistic approach. So any lies they put out there, y'all got the truth. And that's why they're trying to cut off my message. Under attack. They said, we got to stop that, Alicia Reece. Nobody knew what was going on down here at the county until she came up. Nobody was exposing this stuff until she came down here. We got to organize and take her out. And I'm here to tell you that we organizing. We have a plan. And we on God's plan. We're organizing, but we know that faith without work is dead, so we putting in the work. But remember, you can't erase what God creates. Now, if it wasn't God's assignment, you got me. You got me. If I'm get off of God's assignment, you got me. You can't get me when I got the master planner, God. And that's what I was sent down there to do. I wasn't sent down there to, be in all the unanimous. I'm not going to be unanimous votes all the time because I came from the community. I came from the outside. And my job is to educate, shake it up, and open up the process to empower the people. And that's what we're going to do. So with all of that, that's what's going on. But listen, there's a Super Bowl coming up. And the good thing is none of my teams are in it. But we're going to show you a little bit about, I had an interview with Ickey Woods. It's starting with our hot sauce moment. Next week, we'll be kicking off our Black History. If you want to be a part of that, if you want to be a partner or a sponsor of the Black History component, call 513-861-6033, 513-861-6033. Aziza and everybody can connect you to how could you be a partner or a sponsor. But we're going to start our Black History 100 years, guys. 100 100 years of us celebrating Black History Month. It started with Black History Week. 100 years. They don't talk about that. They're not telling you. It's 100 years, and I'm excited. I'm going to be at Montgomery County. I'm in the Dayton area. Montgomery County Democratic Party. Thank you for inviting me and asking me to be the keynote speaker to your Black History Month celebration. I'll be the keynote speaker at Montgomery County Democratic Party. Now, I live in Hamilton County. Yes, I'm a Hamilton County commissioner. I'm a Hamilton County Democratic Party. Remember, there's 88 counties that make up what? The state of Ohio. And so I'm going to be at our neighboring county, Montgomery County, with their Democratic Party. They've requested me, and I thank you, to be the keynote speaker. And at the recommendation of former Mayor Ryan McLean, first woman mayor of Dayton, Ohio. And I'm excited. We're going to be at the Central State University Dayton, Ohio campus. Okay. Dayton, Ohio campus. And it's at 840 Germantown Street. We're in Dayton, Ohio. Black History Month. I'm excited to be a keynote speaker. Looking forward to joining some of my colleagues up there, and former folks that I served with and are serving now at the State House. Looking forward to being with them. It's going to be February 26th, and it starts at 5:30 p.m. Thank you again, Montgomery County Democratic Party. I'll be the keynote speaker. Looking forward to it. So we'll be doing that for Black History Month and so much more. But 100 years. I want y'all to write that down. So I don't want to hear about, man, they ain't give us but 28 days and Black history is every day. Yes, it is. And you're free to celebrate it every day, as I do. But then for those who don't, we're going to stop and take a moment and we're going to celebrate and we're going to remember Black history 28 days. Now, remember, we don't have to get permission to celebrate ourselves. We don't have to ask permission. Now, maybe they might have a program here and you can't do, or somebody ain't going to sponsor something. But remember, it was never designed for sponsorships. If we get it, cool. But remember to get up out the bed and celebrate yourself and celebrate folks that look like you who have overcome tremendous things that we are enjoying today. Not just us, but everybody gets to enjoy. You can pass it on to your own children. You can pass it on in your own house. You can talk about it at your own dinner table. You can pass it on to your own grandkids. You can pass it on, and nobody's stopping you from opening your mouth and educating the next generation on what's historical. But also remember that history is still being made, and it's not about just being the first anymore. About I'm the first, that's not it. It's about what did you do? How did you open the door? What change did you make? What policy did you change? What did you do that will be around even when you're not around? They've got things that we're enjoying that's around that, when you go to Hawksworth, you don't forget about Charles Drew. Don't just say, oh, we at the Hawksworth and I'm giving blood today. Think about Charles Drew. When you're at the stoplight, all these things you need to be remembering. They're not the past. They're right now. Woman who created the GPS. We on here now talking about, Siri, tell me where to go. GPS navigation, tell me. And don't have no idea. We're going to give you that information, but you got to pass it down. Don't wait for it. Oh, they ain't talking about it in school. My parents didn't wait on school. I came to school telling the teachers, some of them, about Black history when I was little, when I was young. They would tell my father and mother, she only comes alive when we start talking about, and they said, well, maybe you should talk about more and she'll come alive more. So those are the things that we're waiting. We're not waiting on Washington to tell us, can we do it? Can we exist? Can we talk? Can we look in the mirror? No. And with social media and access with your phones, you can Google now. You can get all this information. It's up to you. We ain't waiting on no one to serve. My mother would always say, don't wait on anybody to approve you. Don't wait on anybody to say you somebody. Don't wait on anybody to say you've made an impact. We need God, and that's it. So Black History Month, that's what I want to hear. I won't be debating. Is it 28 days? You ain't got no other days. You talking about 28 days. You show me more days. You want to do it all year? Do it like me? Go ahead. Nobody's stopping you. No one's stopping you from going 12 months a year. Go ahead and do it. No one's in the way. But for those who don't, we're going to stop. And we're going to celebrate 100 years of recognizing the accomplishments of Blacks to society. All right? All right, now we're going to get ready. I wish I had my little NFL music, but I don't know if we got that. We got that NFL music. Oh, I think Christian said, hold up. We got to get ready. We go get ready with the NFL music and then hear from our hot sauce throwback moment. One of our we've had some big interviews. We're talking about Ickey Woods going to tell you what really happened what is it like? We only see the games and we see what they show us. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Super Bowl weekend. I always wanted to do that. I wanted to be the announcer. We're at the Super Bowl here. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to hear now from Mr. Ickey Woods, the Ickey Woods Shuffle, the behind the scenes Super Bowl weekend. Check it.
So we heard Doug Williams, and we got some more from him. But it's 30 years. But I wanted to bring on the great Ickey Woods, UNLV Athletic Hall of Famer. He's from California. I don't think a lot of people realize that he's from the West Coast. So
West Coast. Born and raised in Fresno, California, and went to school. Got a scholarship to go to Vegas. Went there for 4 years, and ended up getting drafted here. First player on Cincinnati Bengals. I actually led the nation in rushing my senior year.
So you're like 1987, but your senior year, we're talking to Doug Williams, 1988.
Right.
He made history in the
Oh, yeah.
Super Bowl. You just come out of college.
Right.
Just get to
Cincinnati. And, having some fun and, got here and got to get involved with a great coach in Sam White. And we had a Bruce Coslet, our offensive coordinator, and then Dick LeBeau was our defensive coordinator, and they put a good team together. And my rookie year, we just so happened to make it to the big game.
That's because Ickey came. See, when he got here, we said, let's do this. Let's get to the big one.
I was just fortunate enough to be in the right place at the right time. We had a great offensive line, a great offensive unit on our side of the ball, and the defense played very well and kept us in a bunch of games and limited some guys from scoring big points on us, and so we didn't have to score a lot of points on offense to win games. And defense came up real big for us early in the year. They won a couple of big games for us with a defensive stand, and we started off 6-0, and from there on, we just we put it together and we just had a great season in 88 years.
Now I gotta ask you this question. So, did you play in? Did you play in Little League? What did you do?
Yeah, I played Little League. I started actually playing when I was 10 because I didn't get to play when I was 9 because I couldn't remember my birthday.
They have no birth certificates all the time. I know
he's so fast. And the whole night before, Alicia, I practiced it 228.66. Finally, my turn come, and I get up there, and the guy it's your birthday, and it kind of scared me. And I froze. Yeah, I had to wait a whole another year just to be able to play. So, but then I got to play at 10, and when I was coming up, I was actually the older kids were doing celebration things, but it seems like every division that I moved up, they stopped celebration. Even through high school, and then got to college, and thought I would be able to do something in college, and they came out with the college rules, and I got here to the NFL, and I said, well, they ain't gonna be able to stop me now. I'm at the biggest, and and then I started doing my stuff, and then they put a rule in, you can't celebrate no more. I was like, wow. What is going on?
We talk about this now because especially now with the whole viral thing, and people trying to keep people interested and Twitter and everything. Let's go back to this. Now, I'm telling you, I like the shuffle. I mean, it just got just added that extra. I mean, people who were not like die hard, can also get into it.
Right.
It kind of puts your own spin on it. And that's what, people remember that, everybody remember the Ickey Show.
Yeah, well, I actually flew my mom in for a game against the Cleveland Browns.
And, oh, boy.
Yeah, and that night, we were, I was sitting up listening to some music, and my two oldest kids at the time were 5 and 2. And we were up dancing, acting fool, and I said, Mom, if I score tomorrow, this is what I'm gonna do. She's like, boy, you better not do that. I said, Mom, I got to. So I ended up, scoring against the Browns, and it started off where I just kind of took my hands in between my legs, just jumped in the air, and then later on when we came in after the game, Ricky Dixon, who was our first round draft choice, said, yeah, he came up to us like Woods. Man, what was that? I said, Rick, that was my celebration dance. He's like, man, that was whack, man. Like, what you mean it was whack, Rick? He said, man, that thing was whack, Woods. I said, well, what you think I ought to do, Rick? You think I ought to put some steps to it? He was like, yeah, man, that's what you need to do. You need to put some steps to it. So the whole week we were getting ready to play the Jets. The whole week, I thought, what could I do? What could I do? Couldn't come up with nothing. Then 5 minutes before it was time to go out and get warmed up, get ready for the game, it just hit. I said, Rick, check this out. This is what I'm gonna do if I score today. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'm gonna hop back 3 times to spike the ball. He's like, oh yeah, man, that's gonna be live. That's gonna be live. And I tell people, I was fortunate enough to be in the right place at the right time. We were winning ball games. We made it to the Super Bowl that year. And I was just blessed, and like I said, if I was on the losing team, it probably would have never caught on. I was just blessed to be in the right place at the right time. We won games that year. We made it to the Super Bowl, and people got to see it. And what a lot of people don't understand is I had never done the shuffle away from home. It was always at home for our fans.
Wow. Now, so you got the behind the scenes of how this came about, and you put a little cherry on top. You had to rework it, get it right. But that to me, I feel like the flavor, and it gives kind of more fan enthusiasm.
Right.
And do you think the game now with all of these rules, you can't do this, can't do that, can't? Has it taken some of the flavor out of it?
It had over the last 25 some odd years. But they're allowing guys to celebrate that. Yeah. And they're even doing they got an award show where they're giving out the best celebration of the year award at the award show this year. I was down there.
You giving it away.
I was down at I actually went to the Pro Bowl and did a Facebook Live that they were promoting the award for the best best celebration dance or the best celebration of the year. They're going to give that out on the 3rd when they do their award show. So that's going to be something good. But I'm kind of glad that they're letting up a little bit and letting guys, celebrate. Like I said, mine was for our fans. I did it for our fans to get them involved. When you come to the jungle, when you come in here, we're going to rock this place and we're going to have a blast.
Right.
We're going to get the fans involved, and when I played, we didn't really let nobody come into the jungle and beat us at home, And that's
I'm hearing that.
moving, all the way up, down.
Oh yeah.
But that's the thing, that pride thing. You don't come into the jungle.
Right into the jungle.
And you're gonna do stuff.
It's been tough for us last 20-something years. Marvin came in and done some things and had these guys, on the right track, but he can only do so much with the power.
Yeah.
So it's kind of rough on him, and everybody, talks about Marvin, and what people don't understand is, Marvin's kind of put into a situation where he doesn't have a lot of power, so you can't have control if you don't have power. And it's unfortunate, but Marvin has done a great job with the power that he does have.
All right, now back to the glory days when we were going to the Super Bowl. Now, you've given your story. You came to Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
You're out of California by way of Las Vegas. UNLV. You're in the Hall of Fame, Athletic Hall of Fame. And for those who just tuned in, I'm live with Ickey Woods, the Ickey Show. And this is our Super Bowl edition. So our thing is not to break down the stats and all of those things, but to really get down to the story. So now you got the shuffle. We're on a roll in Cincinnati. It's your rookie year.
Yes, it is.
And you're on offense. I like the offense part.
Yeah.
You're on offense. And you now are going to the Super Bowl. What is that like? Because a lot of times we just watch it on TV. We see some behind the scenes, a few things. What is this like? Okay, I'm fresh out of college, and now I'm going to the Super Bowl.
It was amazing. It was amazing. Like I said, I was fortunate enough to be with the right group of guys, and everybody meshed, and we were a cohesive unit. So we hung out together, and we did a bunch of things together. So we wasn't just teammates; we were friends as well. So and all of us love to play the game. We played the game for the love of the game instead of the pocketbooks that the guys are playing for. And it definitely is a business.
Sometimes it has to be a business on both sides because you can get traded.
Yeah.
So I understand it's a business, but you had more of a family
environment back when I played. But it was great, and you got to know the guys, you got to know their family, wives and kids and girlfriends and whatever. So we did a lot together. So we played together, and when we went out and played, we kind of knew each other. So it was a fun time just to get to know these guys, and all of us had that same vision of making it to the big game, and just to we like to thank Chip Miller quite a bit too, the little kicker with the Washington Redskins. Matter of fact, we beat Doug Williams and those guys to get home field advantage throughout the playoffs. So that kind of helped us out because we had the home field advantage, and
that's right. That's cool.
Advantage throughout the playoffs. You get to play all your games at home, and like I said, at that time, nobody could beat us in the jungle. So we felt real good about our chances of making it to the Super Bowl. Which we did, and we were,
I think so.
Grateful for that. We had a
soul food. They try to take our pain.
And all of us had the same vision of making it to the big game. Just to, we like to thank Chip Miller.
All right, you got to hear a little bit of our interview with Ickey Woods. What is it like behind the scenes when you get ready for a Super Bowl? What does a player have to, think of and everything? And you can get the full interview. We'll have it on the replay, so make sure y'all check out the replay and go to our YouTube page. We'll have the full interview on our YouTube page. Check out Alicia Reece Soul Food. Now we're getting ready for this weekend, and one of the things you have to have, whether you watch the game or not, whether you watch a halftime or not, is the wings. Everybody wants the wings, right? So, yeah, tell us. We want you to tell us who has the best wings. How do you like them? Do you of course, you gotta have the hot sauce. Do you have to have the lemon pepper? I don't know, but people use this weekend to make sure they have the wings. So I always say it's battle of the wings. I like my wings breaded and fried. I don't really like them fried without the breading. I know I'm not supposed to have the breading, but I gotta have the breading. I think that when you put too much sauce on the wings, right? When you put too much sauce on the wings, it covers if the wings are any good or not, right? Uh, I know my father used to say, "Don't sauce it up," because he wants to know. He wants to put his own sauce on because he wants to know if the wings are they any good. Do you like the whole wings? Do you like the wingettes? What do we do? What do we do for this weekend? Is it wings? Is it cold cuts? Is it what is the menu for the big football game of quote unquote, I guess, the year? What do you tell us? We'd like to know from you. What do you like? What do you serve? Is it nachos and dip? I'm not a big nachos and dip person. I.e., this is Alicia Reece Soul Food. I like the soul food, and it is on us. What do we think? What's the menu? What is the menu? Do we go a full soul food, menu with macaroni and cheese and collard greens and cornbread and fried chicken, baked chicken, smothered chicken, cornbread dressing? Is that it? Or is it nachos, dip, maybe a few wings that have some different sauces? Is that the route that we go? What's the right menu for the big football weekend? Of course, some people who do, I don't drink, but some people, they want the beer, they want that. I don't drink at all. So that doesn't help me. What do we do? What's the menu? Do we have to have the hot sauce? I'm going to say yes. Bring the hot sauce. But what's the menu? I guess this weekend everyone will be running out of wings. They will have ordered all the wings. Chickens are running like crazy this weekend to get away because the wings, everybody's looking for some wings, right? And I don't know. Do you do mini hamburgers? I mean, what's the menu, y'all? Because sometimes, people they might not show up for the game. Might not care who wins. They might just show up for who has the best wings, who has the best menu. And so tell us what's your best menu. Post it to us. Show us. I want to see your food. I want to see your wings. I want to, somebody say, "Girl, I got the best." Or I see a guy say, "I'm the number one griller." Show us to us. Post it. Let me see it. And we'll be the judge of who has the best wings, has the best dinner for this weekend. All right, y'all, until next time, remember, we're coming back next week with the new and improved Alicia Reece Soul Food. We'll see you then.